So here are the odds for Ben Simmons' next team. Obviously, the best odds are he stays with Philly, which that's weird. That's not going to happen. He's not staying in Philly. Um, you got Washington, Portland, uh, and then it kind of a pretty steep decline in terms of odds. The Lakers, the Thunder, the Warriors, the Jazz, the Pacers, and the Raptors. My favorite fit here, believe it or not, is the Warriors. Um, I'm sure you've heard the comp with Draymond, and I think that's a really good comp. And obviously, Draymond worked great with the Warriors, right? Um, and Ben Simmons uh can play a very, very, very similar role to what Draymond does or did for the Warriors during the championship run, and honestly, be better at it. He is way bigger. Um, he can score better. He just chooses not to. Which he's still young, so he can easily get like more aggressive. Like I get that's not something that you can really teach, I suppose. Like, but a switch could flip and he could be more aggressive. He can be a better scorer than Draymond Green. I'm sorry, he just can. I know there are a lot of Warrior fans that are probably in love with Draymond Green, but Ben Simmons can be better than Draymond Green, considerably better than Draymond Green. He is better than Draymond Green. Like, I'm sorry, he is. I don't know if that's a hot take or not, but he's better than Draymond Green, and he can play this the same kind of role for the Warriors that Draymond did. You know, um, he's a better defender. He's bigger. He's only thing he's not is Draymond is more of a leader, and that would be for me the biggest concern with the Warriors and getting Ben Simmons because at that point Draymond's probably gone, just to help make salary work. And like who else do you give up really? Draymond's gonna be gone. Probably Wiggins. Maybe Wiseman instead. I don't know. I think that if you're the Warriors, um, like there's no reason why you wouldn't throw somebody like Wiseman in. He's already been rumored to be like in a ton of like trade possibilities, and like the Warriors' time to win is immediate right now. And I think Wiseman's going to be a very good player. And he's cheap, which is nice for the Warriors. But their time for him to win is right now. And I honestly like if you stick Ben Simmons on the Golden State Warriors, that's a hell of a team, right? They can cover his weaknesses. They got Steph and Clay. They can both shoot, right? And then Ben can also cover their weaknesses. Well, Steph's not so much Clay's. Clay's a great defender, and that just seems like such a good fit. The issue, right, is what do the Warriors have that the Sixers want, right? Because there's two sides to this. Like, yeah, they would take Simmons, but the Sixers have already said no to Brogdon. Um, and I think Wiggins is in the same category as Brogdon in terms of like I guess ranking or like how the Sixers probably view him. So it has to be more than Wiggins. And again, you have to make the salary work because the Warriors have no salary space. So would the Sixers be interested in Wiseman? I don't know why they would be. They haven't beat. What do they need a center for? Unless they want to try to flip Wiseman for another young player. You could bring a third team in. I don't know who it would be. But you could bring in a third team. The Warriors have pieces, is my point. Right? They may not be the pieces that the Sixers necessarily want, but the Warriors have pieces that other teams will definitely want. Teams are going to be interested in James Wiseman. There was like the Wiseman for Siakam thing was going around. Like, what if there's some kind of crazy deal with the Raptors where Siakam ends up in Philly? Something like that. You know what I mean? And there are, probably better scenarios, but just one example. Um, I think when you look at teams that would be a good fit for Ben Simmons, I think you want to find a team that would work well and use him in the Draymond Green kind of role, which again, Warriors are the first one that comes up. But you need a team that has strong guards and strong shooters. Jazz would be another option. Thinking what do they have that Philly wants? Can you play Gobert and Simmons? Probably not. I mean, that would be crazy defensively, but they're just that's oh my god, that spacing would be disgusting. Like you can't. You'd have to Gobert would have to be gone. And like who do they have to trade? The Sixers don't want Gobert. They're not trading Donovan Mitchell. Sign and trade for Conley. Again, Conley's in the same kind of uh, level that Brogdon is, and Wiggins. Like the Sixers don't want that. Can you bring in a third team? Maybe, but you'd have to find a team that probably wants Gobert, which he's Defensive Player of the Year 2 time. There's going to be a market for it, so they could do it too. I don't see how the Lakers could even remotely make it happen. They're not even worth talking about. The Thunder, they have just a ton of draft picks, but the Sixers are going to want players, not draft picks. Their windows right now. And they wouldn't. They're not going to trade SGA. The Wizards are interesting, but again, who do you give up for salary purposes? Westbrook's probably gone. I don't think the Wizards would trade Beal. I think they'd really want to. I think they'd rather give up Westbrook. Plus Westbrook, because Westbrook and Simmons just wouldn't work. But would Westbrook really work in Philly? I mean, he suffers from some of the same problems that Simmons does. So at least with shooting, he's way more confident than Simmons is, and at least he'll shoot the ball. So Sixers fans don't have to worry about that. At least he'll shoot the ball. He won't take 2 shots in the fourth quarter. I can guarantee you that. Trailblazers are probably the most natural fit, in my opinion. I feel like they should be the favorites because you just trade McCollum, and then you just do pick and rolls with Dame and Simmons. Like that would be a fantastic fit as well. Would be the Trailblazers. The Pacers, I don't. They don't like that's not going to happen. And then the Raptors, unless they give up Siakam, maybe Van Vliet would be another option. But like, does that really make the Raptors competitive? Yeah, but like, does it make them finals? No. I don't know. I like the Warriors. I like the Blazers. I think they make. I think they make the most sense. Personally, again, I think the Warriors should really go for it. Simmons is still only 24. He's still really young. People don't realize that he can still grow as a player. Kirk can get a lot out of him. Can get the most out of him, honestly. So yeah, that's just some thoughts on Ben Simmons, I guess. Let me know what you guys think. Love to have a conversation about it. Have a good rest of your day.